So this is the absolute biggest leak, I think, to ever happen in the history of gaming. I mean, massive, massive, massive. We literally have Xbox's plans for a mid-gen refresh. We have their plans for literally next gen, what they're hoping to achieve with the next gen console, and when the kind of release time frame is for that. We have a bunch of other stuff, some acquisitions that Microsoft was hoping to try to look into, which some of them are honestly just laughable at this point. And there's so much more, man. New console, new controllers, like new technology. Everything got leaked, and this is all from the court documents with the whole thing, you know, with the FTC and all that. All of this stuff got leaked and was not, I guess, properly redacted. And so it's now completely out in the wild, and it is wild itself. So listen, if you guys enjoy this one, leave a like, subscribe for more. We got a lot to talk about here, and obviously it really helps the channel if you guys interact with it, leaving a like, whatever. If you don't like it, it's completely fine. Let me know why, so I can improve the content in the future. And while we're here, be sure to go check out our Kick channel, kick.com/JSkeleton. We do a lot of variety of streams over there, entertainment streams, live music performances, games, different things like that. It's been a lot of fun. We're trying to grow our streams over there, as well as, of course, the video content on this channel. So let's go ahead and jump straight into this, man. This is crazy. This is huge. Like, I really don't even know where to start. We have so many different things. They talked about Dishonored 3, for example. They talked about the Elder Scrolls 6 was originally planned for 2024. I'm just going to go through some tidbits, and then I'll throw up kind of the bigger stuff on screen. There's something about Red Dead Redemption 2 next gen. There's a bunch of different stuff, man. It's absolutely insane. Indiana Jones is coming soon, they say. There's a next Doom game. There's Ghostwire Tokyo 2. They're shooting for 100 million Game Pass subscribers in the next 8 years or less. Cloud gaming smart TV app spreading to more TVs. New Elite controller in the plans. Premium controller in the plans, which is better than standard but worse than the Elite, so it's kind of like an in-between kind of stepping stone, I guess. Upgraded cloud gaming server blades. A Series X version, an Xbox Series X version, codenamed Uther. I guess that's how you pronounce it, UTHER. There's like a ton of stuff, man, and this is no joke. So let's just go through it one by one, I guess. I mean, there's so much to this, man. I really don't even know where to start. It's a little bit overwhelming. Let's start with this, okay? I'll throw this up on screen right now. So this has to do with each generation of Xbox and how they've innovated, and when their next gen is actually planned, when they're planning for their next gen, as well as what they plan to do with their next gen. So you can see it up on screen right now, and basically what they're aiming for is 2028 release date, so about 5 years from now, which makes sense. It's about in the perfect timing, right? So it's been about what, three-ish years, I think, since the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5 have been out. It's been 3, right? I believe it's 3. I don't know, 2.5, 3 years. Time flies. I can't keep up anymore. Either way, they're aiming for 2028, and you can see that they're talking about cloud hybrid games, which I think they went over somewhere a little bit more in depth somewhere else. Again, this is very, very difficult to keep track of all of this, so do bear with me. But I think their whole idea is some kind of way to utilize a hybrid between cloud, where they can increase the power of games. I think that's what it was. I think it'll show it in another slide somewhere as well. And then we have the mid-gen refresh, which actually we have pictures of it. I'll throw it up on screen right now. I mean, this is wild stuff, man. Like this, you can't make this up. So we could see what it looks like. It kind of looks like the Xbox Series X, but it's like a cylinder shape instead of like a cube shape, which is kind of cool. It looks kind of sleek in my opinion. And again, it looks pretty much the exact same thing except cylinder shaped. And they're talking about the most powerful Xbox ever. I mean, they keep saying that every single time, but I guess it's because they constantly, update it. They're saying Brooklyn. So I guess this is codenamed Brooklyn. Yeah, that's what it says, top left corner. Will deliver 4K Gen 9 console gaming with more internal storage, faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, a more immersive controller, and a beautiful redesign that elevates all the all digital experience of the Xbox ecosystem. So it's going to be all digital. So I think Xbox really trying to get rid of that disc, man. They're I think at this point with the mid-gen refresh, they're like, no more disc. That's it. No more. They're really trying to push for it hard. So they're talking about, new design, different things like that. Internal storage is going to be 2 terabytes, USB-C on the front with power delivery, all new, more immersive controller. You're going for a $500 price tag USD. And then updated technologies, all new South Bridge to modernize I/O and sustainability efforts, Wi-Fi 6E, radio for better throughput, latency, and interference mitigation. Bluetooth 5.2 radio for improved accessory experiences. 6 nm, what is that? 6 nanometer die shrink for improved efficiency. And then, of course, the improved sustainability story. They got a bunch of stuff that, with reducing power and different things like that. I mean, again, it's absolutely insane. Then they also have a new controller to go with this whole thing. And it's kind of an interesting design from what they're showing here. I don't know if that's going to be the final design or not, but it kind of has like a 1/3, 2/3 look almost. Well, the top is black, the bumpers and the triggers and all that is black, and the kind of middle section is completely white, and then like the bottom looks like it's like a black dip or something, but it looks texturized. So I don't know, it's really interesting. But then the white part looks very shiny and sleek. So I don't know. But they're calling this C-Bill. I don't know how to say that word, top left corner. Basically, it's Xbox Wireless 2, Direct to Cloud, Bluetooth 5.2, new mobile app features, C-pair devices and cloud, manage devices and accessories, different things like that. Feel the game, haptic feedback, VCA haptics double as speakers, accelerometer, quieter buttons and thumbsticks. Sustainability, so rechargeable and swappable battery, recycled materials, different things like that. New modular thumbsticks, improved longevity, continued build improvements. Engage and delight. This is really interesting. Lift to wake. So it's almost like you put your controller down and it goes to sleep, kind of like your phone, right? It has that feature. It goes to sleep, so you don't have to actually say, okay, let me turn off my controller if I have to go AFK for a minute. It's just like put it down. It senses that it's down, you pick it up, and it comes back to wake. Like, that actually is pretty cool technology. I'll give them that. Really interesting stuff. So that's the new controller. Again, there is so much more we got to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump into more of it. We got the mid-gen lineup delivering on player needs. So we can see a little bit about this as well. Excuse me. And so we see a bunch of different tidbits in here, right? We got the Xbox Series S, Series X, but then we got the Xbox Series X in XDL, and then the Xbox Universal Controller, which they're calling C-Bill, and then we have the Xbox Universal Controller in XDL. So you can see all of these different code names, right? So we have Brooklyn, which we just looked at a second ago, but then we also have the Xbox Series X and XDL. And if you compare the two in terms of what is being offered, it looks like it's pretty much the same thing for the most part. Except one is in XDL and one is not. Then we have the Universal Controller, which again we just kind of talked about, I think, a little bit. I think that's what that was, right? And then we also have one in XDL, and they have different kind of code names, as you guys can see. So nothing really huge to kind of look at right there. We do have launch timelines. This one's interesting because again, it's kind of giving a little bit of their timelines that they're aiming for. But you can see right here up on screen. So we got the C-Bill launch, or whatever it's called, which they're aiming to announce in FY24 Q4. So not for a while yet, I guess. Maybe like another year or so. Xbox Gaming Beat. Actually, I'm not sure what that is. Mid-gen console announcement. So they're going to be announcing both the Series S and Series X mid-gen refreshes somewhere between 2024 and 2025. It looks like July. Is that July 2025? I guess I'm assuming. I assume that's July 2025. I'm not sure. And then their launch is going to be like more towards the holiday of 2025. So in about 2 years, you can expect these mid-gen console refreshes to launch. Apparently, if they go by this timeline, this is what they're aiming for, right? They're going to talk about they're going to have additional storage options, which are going to be announced in FY25 H2. And then they're also talking, they got a little bit of tidbits at the bottom right corner there, which you can kind of look at. I'm not going to read all of that because again, there is so much to cover that we just can't, we can't do it all. Okay, so they're talking about the hybrid compute. Cohesive hybrid compute. So I guess this is the idea of the hybrid. I think this is where they talk about more about the hybrid cloud and what they're trying to go for. I'm not sure. This is what they said. Their vision for this is to develop a next-gen hybrid game platform. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. Capable of leveraging the combined power of the client and cloud to deliver deeper immersion and entirely new classes of gameplay experience. So again, this is something that Phil Spencer has touched on a little bit, briefly, a little bit here and there, where he talks about the cloud and the power of the cloud and how it can, you know, enhance the power of your gaming experiences, different things like that. So this seems like the kind of full vision of that come to fruition, right? So optimized for real-time gameplay and creators. They'll be able to enable new levels of performance beyond the capabilities of the client hardware alone. And they're talking about key strategic decisions and investments. So different things they're looking to invest in and different things like that. So they're talking about their CPUs, their GPUs, different things like that. Graphic innovation, next gen DirectX ray tracing, dynamic global illumination, micro polygon rendering optimizations, different things like that. So very interesting, man. Very interesting. There's so much in this leak. I don't even know what to say anymore, man. It's just massive. Real quick tidbit while I look for the next slide. They also mentioned that this is laughable. I think I'm going to talk about this a little bit more deeply on my Nintendo channel because it is somewhat Nintendo related, but I want to mention it in passing, and that is that there's an email with Phil Spencer. Let me actually throw it up on screen if I can find it here. But there's an email with Phil Spencer, and his whole thing, all right, his whole thing is that he wants to acquire, like, he's obsessed with acquisitions. Yeah, here it is. I'll throw it up. Yeah, so you guys can see it. So he's really obsessed with acquisitions, and honestly, at this point, I don't know how I feel about this, man. I'm feeling a little bit kind of turned off from the whole obsession that he has with these acquisitions, because he's like he really wants Nintendo, and it's like, dude, leave Nintendo alone. Like, they laughed you guys out once before, multiple times. Like, they're doing their own thing. Like, you don't have to acquire the whole freaking industry. Like, calm down, all right? Some of these acquisitions is one thing, but at this point, it's just getting annoying, okay? So they're talking about Nintendo. Again, you can read the whole thing. It's up on screen. But basically, there's this guy, where is it? They have a BOD that has been trying to push. So our former MSBOD member, Value Act, has been heavily acquiring shares of Nintendo. And I've kept in touch with Mason Morfitt, so you can see in the middle of the top paragraph. And he's been acquiring. It's likely he will be pushing for more Nintendo stock, more from Nintendo stock, which could create opportunities for us. So that's their whole kind of sneaky plan, is try to invest more shares and get a foot in the door, if you will. So they're trying to play the long game with them. It's like, dude, leave Nintendo alone, okay? Like, I think Xbox, if they would not do good for Nintendo. Activision's different. Activision's in a bad place. And I think that Phil Spencer can make that a better company. But Nintendo is a company that I think if Xbox owned, I don't care how, good Phil Spencer or anyone at Xbox is, excuse me, in terms of business and all this developing, I think they would ruin Nintendo. I think they would drive Nintendo into oblivion. They would lose the magic that makes Nintendo. And thankfully, Nintendo, up until this point, has not been stupid enough to even consider that incredibly stupid kind of acquisition. And it is stupid. I think it's extremely annoying. And also, as a reminder, someone noted this, Stealth40K on Twitter actually mentioned this. Nintendo broke just about every software record that they had on Switch, their own platform. Many of their first party Switch games are number one in a specific genre, period. So yeah, I mean, Nintendo they're fine. Okay. They're fine. Microsoft they're just a joke to even consider that. And on top of that, if you look at the rest of it, they actually want to acquire Warner Brothers as well. It's like, dude, calm down. All right. At this point, calm the heck down. Like, you're obsessing. Okay. This is craziness. Some of these acquisitions, I'm like, all right, it makes sense. But some of these, it's like, dude, what is that? Anyways, we got more to talk about, so let's go ahead and read the rest that we got going on here. So they also talk about, you know, gaming devices and paths to 2030, basically just, you know, general stuff that they just kind of want to, you know, focus on. For the most part, I think we covered a lot of the bigger stuff. Like I said, we talked about the cohesive hybrid compute. We talked about their other stuff, you know, key technologies that they want to enable. They actually want to enable AI and ML enablement, optimization and acceleration of game performance, operations and development for players and creators. They said we've already talked about the cohesive hybrid compute. Like I said, we got a lot of different stuff like that. They're talking about you know, game performance and experiences and player services and live ops. You know, let me throw this one up on screen actually right now, because it's something worth, I guess, discussing. So you can take a look at this, and basically this has to do with game performance, super resolution, deep neural network, frame rate, you know, all these different things. Okay, game experiences, AI agents, codecs, and RL based matchmaking, player ranking, and then they talk about all these other different things: creator efficiency, right? AI game testing, physics, inverse, you know, kinematics, if I'm pronouncing that right. A bunch of different stuff, player services, you know, support services, and safety and toxicity and different things like that, which I've already talked about recently. We talked about here on the channel as well, and all this different stuff. So there's all that. But then there's also title release schedule. So this one is very interesting. So let me throw that up on screen, and you guys can take a look at this with me as well, because again, it's very interesting to the very least. So we have console and PC, and then we have free to play and mobile, right? So free to play, we have, I mean, a bunch of random stuff that's like project, whatever. We don't even know what they are. Console PC, we can see Doom Eternal and DLC, Elder Scrolls Online, Greymoor, Fallout Wastelands, Deathloop. This was all FY20. FY21, we had Starfield. Actually, we did not have Starfield. That's 2023. Anyways, Doom Eternal DLC, Ghostwire Tokyo, you know, Redfall, different things like that. A lot of these things are already out. Indiana Jones game supposed to be coming. Oblivion remaster apparently is coming. Elder Scrolls Online expansion. Starfield DLC is planned. Doom Year Zero and DLC is planned. Project Kestrel, whatever that is. Elder Scrolls Online, another expansion. Project Platinum. The Elder Scrolls 6, obviously, which was announced. I can't remember where it is. There's been too many leaks. But apparently it was leaked that there's no plans for this game to come to PS5. So there you have it. Apparently Elder Scrolls is going to be only on Xbox. Project, no, I already read that. No, never mind. Project Kestrel expansions, whatever that is, going to be an expansion. A licensed IP game. Fallout 3 remaster. Excuse me. What else here? Elder Scrolls Online expansion, another one. Ghostwire Tokyo sequel, so basically Ghostwire Tokyo 2. Dishonored 3, and then Doom Year Zero DLC. So a lot of stuff in this category here. I think for the most part, I think we've covered everything that there really is to say. Again, there's so much to it. It's really hard to keep up, but there's a lot. It's the big, like I said, I think it's the biggest leak that has ever happened in the history of gaming. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm just kind of skimming through this as we kind of wrap this up to make sure I didn't miss anything. But yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, 2024 for the new Xbox controller, mid-gen refresh, and next-gen Xbox dates. Again, 2025 for the mid-gen refresh, 2028 for the next-gen consoles. A lot of stuff going on here. What do you guys think? Let me know. Oh, also, by the way, I forgot to mention, the other acquisition that Xbox wants to do is Valve. So there's Nintendo, what a joke, Warner Brothers, and Valve, and some others. They really want to acquire like everything. They just want to take over the world. At that point, I'm like, okay, like that's a problem. Okay, they already have a little bit of a hurdle with Activision. They try to acquire all these. I mean, come on, dude, come on. Anyways, let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more. Do a variety of gaming content here on the channel. Again, hope to see you guys over on kick.com/JSkeleton sometime as well. This is a very long video, but there's a lot to talk about. And hopefully you're caught up to speed, whatever the word is now. I'll see you guys soon, another one. Okay, my brain needs a break. Till the next one, game on. Thanks for watching. Hey you! What are you doing? Join the skeleton army! Do it today! Don't wait till tomorrow because tomorrow might never come. The earth is gonna fade, that's inevitable. The next second of your life's not even promised, so you better think about where you're going, and you might as well just join the skeleton army. Plus, we do kind of like you a little bit, so it'd be nice to see you around here. But if you don't want to, hey, your loss. See you later.